No, you missed it. It's over here. Avocado shirt. It's a
Oh,
good
wow.
shirt.
That's a lot of avocados.
That's a nice avocado shirt.
That's awesome.
I like it.
We always feel bad for the audience when they don't get to see some of these things we notice.
We haven't even started the interview yet.
No, I know. But, this is going to be more for
no,
us.
on there now.
We started.
Yeah, sorry, guys. We're midway through. Sorry. This is it.
This is it?
This is it.
We gotta introduce.
No, go ahead. Go ahead, sorry.
My name is Joe. This is SPX. What's up?
Hi, it's Joe. I'm Rusty. And with us we have
I'm Bruce Warden.
Bruce. Welcome.
Thanks.
Bruce, what's happening, man?
What's up?
What's not happening, man? This is a busy week.
I apologize. That is a shorter list. I should have gone with that as the question.
Yeah.
What brings you to SPX? How about that?
Making comics, slinging comics, you know?
You like making comics?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, hey, brother, a lot of people do things they don't like.
I guess that's true. I do some things I don't like, but comics is not one of them. I like making
We're
them.
going to avoid the bad things. We're going to focus on the good
We won't
stuff.
talk about taxes.
Tell us about some of the comic that you made.
Yeah.
I got a handful of stuff. I do mostly like music related sort of things. So I've got I got this one. This is my newest one, Woodstock. It's this is the collection. Over the past few years, I've been doing these comics about the zombie outbreak that happened at Woodstock back in the 60s.
I remember that. Yeah.
It's been going for a few years, and I took the first 8 individual issues and compiled them all into one book. Redid some of the art. And,
I remember the
spruced
zombie
it up.
outbreak at Woodstock, and I was like, the book's called Woodstock. It's either about Snoopy's pal
Right.
or about the zombie outbreak that happened at Woodstock.
Yeah, either one.
It's going to be one of the two.
Yeah,
we confirm.
Yeah, well, I know which
Yeah.
one now.
I mean, Snoopy's friend may have been there, but
Who knows? So how did you come upon this as something that you wanted to pursue, to a very long length?
Yeah, and this is going to be a very long length. This is just the first 8 chapters of 32.
So what about this
32
idea?
total.
32.
What about the story? What about it made you go, I'm going to spend a lot
I
of
was
years
getting there.
with this?
I was getting there. Yeah.
I know.
so short stuff.
Stop asking me.
I am the worst.
Well, in 2009-ish, I did a little picture book called Goodnight Keith Moon. It's like a play on Goodnight Moon. You remember the picture book Goodnight Moon? But it's about Keith Moon from The Who, the drummer from The Who. And that kind of got a little bit of popularity, and then people were like, hey, so what's your next rock and roll picture book thing going to be? And I had all these ideas that weren't rock and roll related, I was like, I don't know if I want to be pigeonholed as like the rock and roll picture book guy.
Right from the start, Yeah.
Right, exactly. So I tried a few other things, and no one wanted them. So I was like, well, I wonder what will my next rock and roll picture book be? And I don't know. I mean, like rock and roll music, 60s and 70s rock are sort of they're like my superheroes, Mm-hmm. Like those Eric Clapton and, the Beatles and the Stones and everything. They're like larger than life. They're like they're like heroes. To me, but to a lot of people.
Absolutely, yeah.
So I just started thinking of them as characters in stories and how that could work. And I don't know. I guess I realized I am going to be pigeonholed as the rock and roll picture book guy, so I just embraced it,
32 chapter.
And I was like, well, so Woodstock, it was sort of the original idea was going to be the the zombie outbreak at the Monterey Pop Festival, because that's like cooler.
Yeah.
Woodstock's the big cliche, but which it is, but we came on the title Woodstock, and it was just kind of like, and it's 3 days, so it lines up with like 3-act story structure pretty well, and I was like, oh my god, this thing's writing itself. So it called to me.
So what brought zombies into it?
When I've been doing this for a few years, and that was sort of right in the thick of the zombie comic craze, the Walking Dead stuff, and everything. And I don't know, we were just thinking of how come there's zombies, Pride and Prejudice and zombies, and there's all this like zombie crossover stuff, but there wasn't any like rock and roll zombie crossover stuff. But you've got like Alice Cooper, and it seemed like a natural sort of fit that you could introduce zombies into a rock and roll culture and make that story work. And then, like I said, we came on the pun of the title. Instead of Woodstock, it's Woodstock. So,
have you found anything challenging about making a comic about music? Because it's not necessarily the easiest thing to convey.
But it's a lot of fun. It's a challenge. It would have been a challenge if I sat down ahead of time and tried to figure it all out. How am I going to do this? And plan it all out. But I'm just I'm winging it, guys.
That works.
I'm trying to figure it out as I go, and it's been a lot of fun. Representing the different bands in different ways and their music translating the sound of their music into visuals a little bit. Each musician is like featured in each chapter of the story, but they're not like the main characters. They're sort of like the framework that the main story happens on top of. So they get a little splash page, and I get to show what their music is like. And but it's not. I'm not having to do it on every single page, every single panel, But it's been a lot of fun trying to figure out how to do that, and not step on any copyright infringement with the lyrics.
Too.
I'm not going to get 32 different, classic bands permission to reprint their lyrics in my silly comic book. So
and I guess also keeping it more abstract or separate gives you more creative freedom too.
Right. Yeah.
Because you don't have to adhere to the actual lyrics or anything like that. So you can kind of just play around with it.
Right, and try to make it look the way that it sounds in my head anyway, and hope it works for other people too, And I reprint some of the lyrics, but then I put like a big fake, like corporate stamp over them, like awesome. Copyright denied or licensing request denied or whatever.
No!
So a little jab at like corporate hippie culture.
I'm sorry, we're in the middle of an interview. That's all right.
Do you want the microphone?
You're gonna wanna go this way. Yeah.
We look like the information booth.
Yeah, we get this a lot. So we had none of that yesterday, and today twice.
Two
out of two.
2 out of 2. Yeah, we're on a.
We look knowledgeable and helpful.
we actually just discussed this last night. Is that people will just come up, and I don't think they think I'm a proper king, but they're like, if he has a crown, he has to be involved with this shit.
Well, you definitely got something. Yeah.
He's a person of authority.
He wouldn't dress like that if he was.
Title. No one inherits the title.
I just claimed it. I just showed up one day.
Right, usurper.
Yeah, I was like, this is me now.
You should see the last guy.
Yeah. Right. He's right next to me. So how's the reception been for the book?
It's been pretty good. I've been doing the single issues for the last few years and kind of reminding people that it's happening. A new issue or two every year, and trying to show people that I'm serious about it, and I'm not trying to just be like a flash in the pan, I'm really not. I know that zombie things, like some people are like, oh, zombies are played out, and okay, well, whatever, everything gets played out. So some people are kind of like, I'm not even going to flip through it because I hate zombies, but when people do flip through it, they seem to like it and they get it, and I think collecting them all into an edition like this makes a lot of sense. When people flip through it now, they can see that it's following sort of a timeline. There's day pages and there's night pages, and that was harder to do when it was individual issues. They'd kind of pick one up and be like, I'm not sure I get what you're doing, and this makes a lot of sense to people.
So from the side of the book, you can immediately see the white pages.
You can see the white pages and the black.
And that's a really cool visual.
Can you see that?
And so you had to think about that ahead of time?
I did think about that a little bit ahead of time. Some of the things, obviously, you sit down and try to figure out.
I'm just impressed. That's a very considered approach.
Well, thanks. Yeah, I'm just trying to have it make sense. I'm following the timeline of the concert. So, like, I'm taking each band in order. People are always like, oh, have you done Janis Joplin yet? Have you done the Grateful Dead yet? And I'm like, not yet. Like,
check the schedule.
I know exactly when they will come in the story, but they're not there yet. So, I want to make sure, like, when it rains, I've got rain pages. I've got, like, sort of a rain overlay when it's rainy.
Oh, wow.
And I've got black pages when it's night and white pages. And, I'm not persnickety about it. There isn't gray pages as the sun goes down. It's like it goes
pages.
Right. It basically goes from day to night.
This looks a little too dark for 6 p.m. What do you do?
Right. Exactly. Was it cloudy that day?
Like, hold on.
But yeah, try to figure out some of the format stuff.
Sure.
And keep it consistent throughout the whole story.
Well, it's really nice that you thought of that at the outset, because
you don't want to have to go back and
yeah. So now you have like a pattern that you can follow with.
Yeah, and it makes it a little bit easier to think about what you're doing. It's one less thing to have to think about.
Yeah, like a skeleton on which you can build.
Exactly.
That's really
it's important to have the bones in there.
So, have you been to SPX before?
I've been here a couple times, not last year, but the year before, and then I don't remember if it was the year before that or 2 years before that. Just a couple times, but it's such a great show. I apply every year and don't always get in, but when I do, got to make the trip. I'm from Michigan.
Oh, really?
Okay,
yeah, drive out here, and it's well worth the trip. Yeah.
We're in Michigan.
Ann Arbor.
So that's the one place in Michigan we've been.
Oh, right. Yes. Perfect.
Yeah. We've driven out. There was a comic show there that we had attended at the Ypsilanti Public Library. Is that right?
At the Ann Arbor Library?
Ann Arbor Library.
A2 CAF?
What's that?
A2 CAF, Ann
Well, I
Arbor
think
Comic Arts Fest?
No,
it
this
was
was called
the precursor to
it was called
A2
Kids Love
Cafe,
Comics,
basically.
Kids Read Comics.
Kids Read Comics.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
right.
exhibited there a couple of years.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, we have a friend that lives in the area, and we got a chance to hang out with him and go to the show. And
And we met him coming from Ann Arbor. To
Who's your friend?
his name is Jason
Jason
DePasquale.
Oh, I don't know.
He's a
Sorry,
great
Jason, you're
guy.
not that famous.
Let's re-edit that. Oh yeah, no, he's a great
No.
guy.
Yeah,
fine.
oh,
Yeah.
that great guy.
Yeah.
You know, if he ever watches this, he'll have a secret shout out,
We're all-
and I'll never tell
right.
him. So we'll know if he's
We're
a
a
true
real
friend.
tight community of comics creators. There.
Yeah.
But
We all know.
yeah, he used to come out from Michigan to SPX.
Uh-huh.
I met him because I found his online comic. This probably early 2000s, late 90s, and I was like, "Oh, this is really good." So I wrote to him. I was like, "It'd be nice to meet you at SPX." And when he showed up, we were hanging out in the lobby of the hotel the show was in at the time, the three of us, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm staying at this. I think it was a hostel or something." And it's like, "You could stay with us," which was a weird move. But like, you can just stay in our room. So he did. So like
Yeah.
the next 2 years or whatever.
And luckily, he wasn't a serial killer.
No.
So.
No, he was one of the funniest guys I ever met.
was great.
And it was great. And so then we became fast friends then. And then he got family or whatever. And he's like, oh,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
can't.
Had kids.
Yeah,
and
comics, whatever. And so now he's a teacher, and he does good work.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have
Doing
you?
the real work.
Do you go to Zingerman's Roadhouse?
I've been there. Yeah, I don't go there all the time.
Oh, man, we
Can't
went
afford
there.
to go
It
there
was
all the
great.
time. It's a great. Yeah, it's a good restaurant. Yeah,
Yeah.
it really is.
I like that place a lot.
Yeah. Have you been to the deli? Zingerman's Deli?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I like that better than the
Jason
Roadhouse.
took us there when we had lunch with him the day after.
Uh-huh.
It was a weird, convoluted way. A friend of ours who lives in Maryland worked at a company that did a customer service. I'm trying to think, workshop, and they got Ari, the proprietor of Zingerman's,
Yeah.
who apparently does that kind of thing. And so he came to town, and when our friend found out we were going to Ann Arbor, he goes, "You should go to this restaurant I know the guy from." So we went, we met Ari.
And he emailed Ari, and Ari was like, "Yeah, I'll be there at 8 o'clock."
We met him. He was really nice to us. And then the next day at the Kids Read Comic Show, we were telling somebody, he goes, "How do you know about that restaurant?"
You're not even
I was like,
from
"Oh,
here."
we're plugged in.
Yeah.
We're plugged in through really weird memes.
Don't doubt us, man.
Yeah. And that's our connection.
That's awesome. No,
Yeah.
Ann Arbor's a great place. There's
Yeah.
there's all kinds of.
We haven't been
Cool.
for a while. We gotta get back over there.
Yeah, definitely, eventually.
Yeah,
The
definitely.
weather broke. It's nice and fall-ish there
Yeah.
right now.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Pretty sweet. Get
Yeah.
there before the leaves fall off, though.
Right. Okay.
Then
Well,
it's
you know what?
bleak. Then it's
Oh.
bleak all winter.
Then it's black pages. It's
Yeah.
so good.
Bruce, I have a question for you.
Okay.
You ready to pop off and answer a mystery question?
Oh, a mystery question. Okay, let's do it.
Yes.
All right, let's do it.
You have a theme song for the mystery question?
No, I don't. I really
We
wish
do
I
now.
did.
Well,
Shit,
you
that
better.
just happened.
I'm sorry. Can we get one? Can we get a clean
I'll
version
be
of
right
that?
behind. Mystery motherfucking question.
Yes.
Oh, that's cleaner, right? All right.
All right.
Really? I just.
Quarter right here.
All right. I can't get my hand in there.
There you go.
One-handed.
Good catch.
Quick story, if you got time for a quick story.
We
Yeah,
absolutely
This
None
do.
of
is
it.
today's my wife's and my anniversary. It's been 18 years,
Nice. Huh?
and when I proposed with the gumball machine. I
No.
stuck the ring in one of these things, and I was trying to slip it up into the thing, but she caught me, and she thought, but she didn't realize what I was doing. She thought that I had found one that someone left behind.
Oh.
She was like, "Whoa, no way! What'd you find?" And I was like, "Whoa, look at that!" And they gave it to her, and that's how.
Best laid plans.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
So
in
if you
Kroger.
a tip, if you ever want to propose to her again,
Oh, okay.
you can just buy these machines. They'll sell them to adults. We own this,
Yes.
and then you can stock the machine up with your trinkets and put it right at the bottom.
If you need
The
capsules,
whole point was
we
this
have
was like a
capsules.
super cheap proposal, not
Sure,
a really
sure.
Yeah.
expensive.
well, like now
proposition.
though, if you're going to redo it now,
Yeah, well,
you go
that-
all in.
Then I got to get divorced first, right?
Ooh.
Or
Then
just,
we
or just
can
I
get-
guess, renew the proposal.
Yeah, that's
Like
what
you
they
renew
do,
your
right?
vows?
Okay.
People
all right.
renew proposals all the
I
time.
I
guess
don't know the
that's true.
legality of how these things work, but yeah. I'm sure-
How about I call her out here and we'll renew our vows right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll
This will
pretend.
be the
I'll
question that you
my
ask her.
actual wedding ring in.
Let's find out how you propose to her with this question.
Okay, this is the question I asked her. Oh my god.
Some of these are hard.
I got to put the microphone.
Yes.
Yeah,
They can. There we go.
you got it. Brute strength, like a zombie.
All right.
All right, if you could put anything in the in the chocolate fountain, what would it be?
Now, we traditionally have a chocolate fountain at SPX. I don't know if it still exists.
Yes. Hallmark of the show. Chocolate fountain.
If you could put anything in it, what would you put in it?
It would just be a spoon, dude.
Yeah,
I'd put
nice.
a
That.
spoon in there
Yeah.
or a funnel.
I know
spoon.
a guy
Sounds good.
once who put chicken in there.
I
Oh,
did put
that's
chicken in
so gross.
Yeah, it was
Some
super gross.
Asshole put chicken in there.
Yeah, I remember.
We were talking about putting the little hamburgers in there last night, the little cheeseburgers with
Yep.
the waxy cheese. We were like, we should dunk those in the chocolate.
So I remember we were hanging out. We'd gone to get Chinese food. We had leftovers, and it may have been me that was like, "Hey, Rusty, why don't you stick the
That's
piece
usually
of,
how these things work.
stick a piece of that chicken in the chocolate fountain?" And he did. And how would you describe its flavor?
So the interesting thing is, I did this and I put it in my mouth, and my brain refused to mix the two flavors. So
Oh,
I tasted
completely
chocolate,
separated
and I
them.
tasted chicken, but I could not tell
It's
you
like
what
some kind
chicken
of Willy
and chocolate
Wonka
tastes
stuff where you're having two meals at once.
Like. Yeah, it was,
That's really weird.
so
Yeah.
it was weird. And I defiled the fountain
You
with
should have gone with his
chicken.
idea and just put a spoon in there.
Yeah, it would have been a
I
lot
think,
better.
well, yeah.
See, that's
more
the
efficient.
pureness. That's the pureness of chocolate fountain.
I don't know why you want to like mess up the chocolate with anything
No.
else.
Like, way to waste space with whatever this is. No.
You
Yeah.
gotta understand, we're not defending this decision. It was a terrible idea.
Oh, no.
It was just something. Maybe it still happened though.
Yeah.
My brain has gone back to him, so now that sounds like a really fun way to propose to somebody. Like if it's all metaphor, like if you could put anything in the chocolate fountain, what would you put?
Get down on one knee.
Yeah,
Baby, if you could put one thing in my chocolate fountain
yeah.
for the rest of our lives.
Well, now we're talking music lyrics. Now this is a song.
Yeah.
Now we're jamming. So, so if people wanted to find out more about your work online, where could they go?
My website is sketchsketchsketch.com.
Nice.
That's a hub to everything that I do, and I've got some like blogs and things that you can't buy, but you can go look at.
Sure.
But all my books and a bunch of other Michigan comic artist books who I help distribute. Our stuff is on Gumroad at Black Market Books is the name of our
Okay.
distributorship. So you can go to Gumroad to the Black Market Books, Gumroad
I got it. I'll put it on
Gumroad.com
there.
We'll figure it out.
/ Black
It'll be on
Market
the screen.
Books, and then everything's sort of there too. Yeah.
Excellent.
Nice.
Well, thank you so much for talking with us.
Hey, well,
Yeah,
thanks for
appreciate
having
it.
me. Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Good luck
Cool.
with the proposal.
Thank you. I hope she says yes.